Today I'm continuing my discussion of Star Wars Squadrons with my hopes for gameplay mechanics. We're going to see more about this later today during EA Play, but this is what I'd really like to see. We already know that the game is fully first-person and entirely playable in VR. That right there is what has me most excited. I never got to play the PlayStation VR Battlefront game, but it has always been a dream of mine to sit in the cockpit of an X-Wing and fly through space, so I'm going to just start with my hopes for the VR experience. The trailer showed the X-Wing pilot with one hand on the stick and one on a throttle of some kind, so I would guess the left hand controls speed and maybe power into any given system, but I hope there is a lot more available to us. I don't want our hands to be stuck in that position the entire time. I want to be able to press a button to bring up my targeting computer. I want to reach up and open or close my S-foils. Honestly, I think playing in VR would make it a lot harder than having easier access to all the buttons on a controller, but I really want that immersion, and I will accept it along with added difficulty. Maybe there could be VR-only servers or something. I also hope there will be some sort of way to manage the power of your starfighter. It does look like that's the case, as some screen grabs from the trailer would suggest. Off the top of my head, I could see each ship having engines, shields, and weapon systems. Want to be fast? Take away power from shields and weapons to make a quick getaway. Want to make a strong attack? Put everything into weapons. Want to survive? Put it all in shields. But then there could be any variation in between. That would add a lot of flexibility to any engagement. By default, it could be evenly split, but managing it well could make things a lot more competitive. But now that I think about it, Imperial ships are going to have different systems, because they generally don't have shields, so I'm curious to see if they get a different third option from the New Republic fighters. I'd also appreciate the ability to angle your deflector shields. This might be getting way too complex, but it's something I've always thought was cool about the trench run in A New Hope, for example. Starfighters put all their shielding in the front while the towers fire at them, and then when Vader and his TIEs show up, they angle them backwards. I would love to be able to do that in real time based on where an attack is coming from, and I hope we'll have the ability to really use our targeting computers instead of just a crosshair in the cockpit. I just want this to be as immersive as humanly possible. Outside of your own cockpit, I'd really like to see some mechanics surrounding teamwork, flying information, and so on. Maybe shields get a buff if you're flying together. Something I loved in Starfighter Assault was flying as a friend's wingman. We were able to help each other out, but the game wasn't specifically designed to do that. We kind of forced it. I want that to be a key feature here. All 5 pilots working to keep each other alive and succeed together. That's going to be easy to handle over Discord or some other voice client, but there should also be some hotkeys for people playing with strangers without headsets. Some way to quickly alert your squadron that you need help or that you're coming to help them. Finally, I want to talk about the Ewing, and I guess the TIE Reaper as well. I'm not sure what they're doing in place of the B-Wing and the TIE Defender, which haven't been seen so far. They might be in the game, I don't know, but they're both meant to be troop transports, so what are they doing in a dogfighting game? I wonder if they could be important in the fleet battles mode especially. Maybe a Ewing can board a Star Destroyer and drop off saboteurs or something to help do some major damage from inside. I don't know. Basically, I'm just hoping that there is a reason these ships were included when they're not strictly meant for dogfighting. I guess they could be considered kinda like the support ship, while the Y-Wing is the bomber, the X-Wing is more the dogfighter, and the A-Wing is the fast interceptor. And I think those are all the little game mechanic ideas I have that'll take everything up to the next level for me. Let me know what game mechanics you hope to see in the comments. We should know more later today after EA Play. Until then, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.